Yes, we are
So
recording
that's
right now.
gonna,
Yeah, we'll cut it out. Don't worry. All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming. I'm sorry I was late. Domino's was slow. So this is our third meeting. This is our rescheduled meeting from last week. We had some stuff come up, so we bumped it to today. Today we're going to talk about kind of some club news going on. A couple of the next meetings. We're going to talk about the stock market game a little bit, and then Frida's going to give a presentation on retirement planning. And as always, we're going to finish with a Kahoot with an associated prize. So next meetings. So our next meeting is actually next Wednesday, the 17th. Nico is going to be giving a presentation on how he evaluates stocks. He couldn't make it tonight, but he volunteered to do that, which is super helpful because I got a lot going on. So he'll be doing that. We're also, next meeting, we're going to vote on the movie for movie night. So if you guys have any more suggestions, I know April's sent me some suggestions and a couple other members have sent me suggestions. So I'm gonna put those all together and we're gonna vote on them next meeting. I'm also going to put together a survey for the meeting times for next semester. Have you all made your schedules? Yes, all right. So you guys should know what times you guys are available and what times you are not available. And so we want to find a time that works for the most people. So keep an eye out for that. Then on December 2nd, and this is something I have to talk to you about, Dr. Micha, because our projects for Econ 322 are due the 29th. And then
it's not possible to do that on the same day with the Econ Club, or you are not available.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like November 28th, right?
November 29th, they're due.
November 29th?
Uh-huh.
I'm saying, can we do that, or do you want to move it to, can we do it together? Or do you want to do it?
Well, what I was thinking, what is November 29th? November 29th is a Monday?
yeah,
We can move it to the 29th.
that will
I'm
work.
flexible.
I was just thinking because the 2nd is a Thursday, which is our normally scheduled class time. And so we can invite the club to that.
Yeah.
And that will give us a couple of days to practice because we're going to finish the slides, but then I don't know if we're actually going to get to practice the slides.
But isn't the problem on Thursday that some students can't attend because of conflict with their schedule?
Well, I know on Mondays, like no one in my group can attend except me.
Okay. Do whatever is best. Talk to the other two group leaders.
Okay.
That I think this will be good at the same time.
Okay. So some of us are in the Econ 322 class. We have some presentations that we're going to have to present to some members of our community. And so we want to use the Econ Club kind of as guinea pigs, not really guinea pigs, but to give us feedback on our presentations, just to get some practice in. So that's going to be either December 2nd, which is a Thursday, or November 29th, which is a Monday. I'll get back to you on that. I need to talk to the other group leaders and all that. So then on December 10th is when I have scheduled movie night tentatively. That's a Friday. So would you guys be willing to come on a Friday to watch a movie if there was food? What? Okay. Well, that's one, and I'll be there.
I'd be willing.
Jake, come on. I'm not asking you. All right. Well, I'll ask again next week because we got a little bit of time. We're also going to, that'll be the day where we announce the stock market. Well, we'll know the stock market winners by then, but we'll also give out the prizes at that meeting too. You think you're gonna hang on?
Mhm.
Yeah. You think you got
About
it?
a month ago.
And then, yeah, just about. Yeah, okay, yeah. I'm also trying to get the officers together, and we want to do a spring planning meeting. Basically, it would be kind of a longer session where we would get food or something, or go to a restaurant or something, and we would just knock out all the planning for the spring semester, figure out all our dates and times and stuff. But I haven't talked to them very much about that yet. So by next meeting, I'll have a date and time. If you're not an officer and you want to come, you are more than welcome to attend. We'd love to hear your feedback and your ideas for the upcoming semester. Any questions on those? Anything I'm forgetting? No. Okay. So the stock market game. April is winning by, let's see how much you're winning. Well, this isn't updated, is it?
No, it's not.
This is a couple days old. But what do you guys think so far?
I hate it. I'm losing.
I think at the next meeting, April should give a presentation on our strategies.
Yeah, wherever you.
What
get
is your strategy?
sources.
Crypto?
What are your sources? Are you on Reddit? Are you on Discord?
No, my boyfriend's on Reddit. So.
Okay. Okay.
He's my source.
Ah. We need to invite your boyfriend then. But yeah,
I'll
well,
tell him he would love that.
I think
He doesn't go here, but.
he should play. But whatever happened to Luke, like if you've seen, if you followed, he bought that very high volatility stock. He made 85,000 on it. He went up. He has been on the first place.
No, he made.
He was up overall. They had like 200,000.
He had 220,000 at one point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when I opened it, I was like.
On that stock, he had more than 80,000. He made all more than.
Chief, I don't know, Tyler told me, COT students are also having a similar. Are you aware of that?
I see their posters all around, yeah. Our competition for the stock market game. I haven't heard anything from
Yeah, I saw a poster outside Seattle in the front, yeah.
anything that's a public posting. I see their signs. I haven't heard anyone play their game. I hear people play our game though, so I'm not too worried.
Obviously.
We have the better game. Yeah, I copied his trade. I made like $13,000. So it wasn't as good as him, obviously, but
But then what happened? He didn't sell?
no, he didn't sell.
He
say
didn't
that he was
sell?
up that high?
I don't think so, because it was like a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Like I woke up and I was like, oh, this will be fun. So made like 13,000 in a couple minutes and then closed
I
my
know, I
position.
tried for it. I was like, oh, it was a good run. I was like, wow, but then he didn't sell.
If you guys don't know what we're talking about, there was a Trump's making a social media company with a SPAC merger, and anyway, there's some garbage stock and it went crazy. And one of our members, one of our players, made a lot of money and then lost it all. I think now he has got like he's even worse off than he was before. So. That's just the nature of the game.
Did you talk to him about it or did you research it yourself?
So what happened was I saw the news about it the night before on Twitter, and it didn't register to me like, oh, this is gonna blow up. So then I missed it, because probably what he did is he saw it and then he put in the order for right when the market opened the next day, and that's why I made all the money. But
Right now he's at $52,000. I
Anyway.
think it's a good lesson to start putting stop loss on our stock, especially those that like go up so high.
so even if you're not winning, we're gonna do this again in the spring. So you have a second chance. Yeah. All right. Stop. All right, now I'm going to pass off to Farida. She's going to give a presentation on different types of retirement plans. So if you could all give her a warm round of welcome.
Oh, thank you.
Applause.
Yeah, the reason I wanted to start to talk about retirement plans, well, one is I wanted to enroll myself in the retirement plan because I know it's much better for our future to have some money in our retirement account, but also it's better for your financial planning, and you just sleep better at night when you know that there are some extra money you have in your brokerage account. So retirement plans, there are different types of plans and accounts, like 401k is very well known. That's controlled by your employer. And then there's also individual retirement accounts. We're just gonna watch this video. It's 5 minutes. I feel like it just explains the topic much better to start off with. You're gonna have to explain me how to do it.
Retirement is something we all look forward to.
Can you all hear
A
that?
time when we can kick back and relax. We all know the goal of retirement savings, to have enough money to cover our expenses and to have a little left over for the fun stuff. What's tricky is knowing the best way to pursue those goals, like how much to save and which investments to choose. So let's go over some retirement planning basics. To plan for retirement, you need to decide 3 things: your savings goal, what type of retirement account you'd like to open, and how you'll manage the money in your account. Let's begin with your savings goal. Creating a retirement plan helps you figure out when you're going to retire and how much money you'll need to live comfortably. By identifying how big your nest egg should be, you'll be able to determine how much you need to save each month and how to allocate your investments. One quick way to come up with a retirement savings goal is by using a retirement calculator. These calculators are easy to find online and are usually free to use. By answering a few basic questions, like your age and how much you plan to save each month, you can then estimate how much money you'll have when you retire. After establishing a savings goal, your next step might be to open a retirement account. Be sure to talk with your broker, financial advisor, or tax person to discuss what kind of retirement account might be right for you. There are a number of different retirement accounts available. Let's examine some of the most common. Most retirement accounts are either employer-sponsored or individual accounts. Employer-sponsored accounts are retirement accounts offered by a company to its employees. One example of these is a 401k retirement savings plan. Employer-sponsored accounts can provide a number of benefits, including automatic paycheck withdrawal and tax benefits. Some companies even match part of its employees' contributions. One drawback to employer-sponsored accounts is that your choices for how you'd like to invest your money may be limited. If your employer offers any retirement benefits, you should examine the details to determine whether opening an employer-sponsored account is right for you. If your employer does not offer any of these benefits, or if you would like to supplement your existing retirement savings with another account that offers more investment choices, then you may want to open an individual retirement account, or IRA. One of the primary benefits of an IRA is that it allows your investments to grow tax-deferred. In an IRA, you can typically invest in a wide variety of products like stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. There are several types of IRAs. Let's compare 2 of the most common: a Roth IRA and a traditional IRA. When choosing between the 2, the primary question you need to ask yourself is, do I want to pay income tax now with a Roth IRA or later with a traditional IRA? With a Roth IRA, you pay taxes on your contributions now. However, with a traditional IRA, you are not taxed on your contributions. Instead, you pay taxes when you reach retirement age and begin withdrawing money from the account. But it's worth noting that if you also contribute to an employer-sponsored retirement account, your contributions to a traditional IRA may not be deductible. So which tax benefits are better for your retirement savings? Well, that depends. Do you think your income tax rate is higher now, or will it be higher when you reach retirement? If you expect income tax rates to be higher when you reach retirement, a Roth IRA may be preferred. However, distinct tax implications represent just one of the differences between a Roth and a traditional IRA. Be sure to investigate all the details of each IRA before you open an account. Once you've opened a retirement account and started making contributions, the final step is deciding how you will invest your money. Your choice depends on how actively you want to manage your portfolio. Do you want to actively manage your investments yourself? Or would you prefer to leave your investing up to a financial professional? Maybe you're somewhere in the middle and want some say in how your money is invested, but don't want to have to check your portfolio every day. Check what services are available with your retirement account. Many institutions provide a variety of choices that allow you to be as active as you would like when it comes to your retirement investing. Now that you know a few basics about retirement planning, the next step is up to you. Set your goal, establish your retirement accounts, and start saving. The best time to start saving is today.
So, does anyone have retirement accounts already? Really? That's actually very interesting because not everyone thinks that it's important to start your retirement accounts at this age. But what type of retirement account did you choose to have? Okay. That is the best option for a youth, for young people to have a Roth IRA. And I'll talk about it later, but 401k, does anyone know why it's called 401k? It's just a tax section in the, what's this called? Tyler, help me. Yeah, it's a tax code under Iras that's written 401k, and it explains that it's a type of retirement account that people can open. And there is a maximum contribution limit annually. You can right now contribute up to $19,500 to it. So it's usually employer managed account. So basically you you have a benefit package, and there you see a 401k. That means you can go to your employer and fill out the forms, and it will basically ask you what type of risk pool you want to have, for example, high, low, or a mix of both. And you will choose what type of projections you want to have in your 401k, and then it will just start growing. It will be managed by a different party. It won't be managed by you. It might be managed by your employer or by an external financial party that your employer have. So that's a 401k. Interesting fact, not everyone knows about them having 401k. Only 32% of Americans are investing in one and actually using one, whereas 59% of Americans actually have access to it. So interesting things to know here is that you cannot make withdrawals until you hit 59 years and a half. You don't have to withdraw by then, but you have to withdraw when you're 72. So if you withdraw early, you get penalized, and that's not something you want to do. So yeah, once you hit 72, you will have to start taking money out, just because it's tax-free, tax-advantaged account, and IRA doesn't want you to leave money there for longer than that age. It's a limited set of investments because it's employer-based account, and you don't get to trade there yourself. It's all managed by someone else, so you will have a limited amount of things you can do on that account, but still you will have actually, one of the benefits of this account is you can have a much higher contribution limit than any other retirement account. You can split money if you leave your job, but you can roll over your account. So if you're working in a different place that also has a 401k, you can just roll over your money and keep contributing. And there's no problem with that. You don't have to even contribute to 401k. You can contribute to IRA or Roth IRA, and keep using those, keep growing those money. Traditional IRA, more, it's an individual retirement account, which means you manage it yourself. You buy stocks there, bonds, mutual funds. Mutual funds is the most popular thing that people buy on individual retirement accounts. It's not through an employer. You just open it yourself. You pick any brokerage account you want. TD Ameritrade, Vanguard, or Schwab is pretty popular too. And then you just open it just like you would open any brokerage account. And then you buy and select any trades, like select any products that you want, like stocks, mutual funds, and those would have some return on investment and will grow over time. The contribution limit is pretty low compared to 401k. It's only 6,000 for this year. Interesting thing is the difference between Roth IRA and IRA. It all depends on whether you want to be taxed right now or later. The reason why people of my age choose the Roth IRA is because my taxes are much lower than the taxes of a middle-aged or older person. So I would prefer to be taxed right now, but contribute to my Roth IRA and then take money tax-free later, then vice versa. So it doesn't matter how much you contribute. You can just open it. You don't even have to contribute right away. You can just open it, just see what's there, and once you have extra money to put in it, you can do so. You don't even have to put it every, you don't even have to have any contribution, like monthly contribution or annually. You can just keep 300 you've put there for a while, and then in 40 years, I believe we can look at it. We can open investment calculator and see how much will you have if you put just a simple $100 into Roth IRA. The average returns here, it says 7% to 10%. I believe it's higher, but I don't know why it says here it's that. It's an empty investment basket, so it's basically going to be empty until you put some contribution to it and buy a trade, buy a mutual fund, So interesting thing is that you earn money by compounding. You earn an interest and it compounds, and then earns another interest on the previous compounded interest. And that's the way you make money on it. And these are some best retirement account brokers according to some website. These are just some options. I would say they're more of a long-term brokers, like where you would invest long-term rather than short-term, like day trading. Probably will not be very comfortable on Vanguard or TD Ameritrade. Compounding power. I want to just show you this video here, and of David Batch. He's a millionaire and he probably knows stuff. So
hi there, I'm about to show you how the lottery factor, how $5.41 a day can truly change your life. See, when I was 26 years old and I was a brand new financial advisor, we had someone come and talk to our training class who was 61 years old about to retire. And as he walked out the door, he handed us this chart. He said, you need to be saving $2,000 a year in an IRA account. It's just $5.41 a day. That's what the IRAs were back in 1993. This little chart showed if you save $2,000 a year from the age of 27 all the way until 65 at 10%, you'd have over $805,000. You said, yeah, but you know what would be even better? If you started saving at 19. Because if you save $2,000 a year from the age of 19 to the age of 26, and then you never saved another dollar, you'd have more money than the first person. You'd have over $1,035,000. It's called the miracle of compound interest. Pay yourself first, fully fund an IRA account every year, and you'll be rich. Well, you know what? It's true. These numbers work. So if you look at this right now, I got good news for you. IRA accounts aren't $2,000 a year anymore. They're way more than that. They're almost 3 times more than that. And you've got a 401k plan that's even 10 times this now. So you can save more money today in tax-deferred and tax-deductible IRA accounts than ever before. The government's actually made it much easier today to save and invest than it was back in the early 90s. But the compound interest, the game of compound interest, the miracle of compound interest hasn't changed. And if you're not using your 401k plan right now at work, sign up for it today. And if you don't have one, go get an IRA account, because retirement accounts change your life. Someday you are going to want to retire. The way you get there is you buy it when you're young. Okay, so if you're looking at this chart and go, oh, I'm not 26 anymore, I'm 30 or I'm 35 or I'm 40, what do I do now? Same thing, pay yourself first, save money automatically. You just might want to save more, because the miracle compound interest starts working the day you put it in place. But the key to compound interest is that it takes decades. It doesn't get done in days. One thing I want you to know is this: when you try to get rich quickly, you stay poor forever. This is about building wealth for your lifetime.
Okay, thank you. Here we just can discuss any questions and answer and comments that you have, and then we'll play Kahoot. It's pretty long, it's 25 questions, but the winner gets $5 as always for an Amazon gift card. Yeah, who has questions? Yes.
So I could be completely off base here, but apps like Robinhood or Webull, similar apps, would that be considered a traditional IRA or a Roth IRA?
They all have things to select from. So they would have, for example, an option of selecting a retirement account. They will be like, hey, what kind of retirement account you want? Roth IRA, or 401k. And so then you choose to open, for example, Roth IRA, and then they ask you a couple more questions like, what's your earnings, for a year, and then what's your goals? And then you just go forward and make your first trading, and the money starts growing.
I don't think that Webull or Robinhood offer an IRA.
So it's a whole different category.
Yeah, it's just a brokerage account. Yeah. So anything you make in there, you get that
Once you take it out, or once you make it.
I mean, Roth IRA, you're not really feeling like you're losing any money on taxes, because you get paid and you're taxed then, and then you put the money you were paid on to the Roth IRA. And so then you just take money out when you're 60, tax-free. That's not really, I really like that account, that type of account for our age.
When did it change from like 2000 to 6000? When did it?
The limit, the minimum that you can have,
Yeah.
it's been growing, I feel like.
You think it'll grow now? Like,
The contribution
They
limit.
adjust it every once in a while to keep pace with inflation,
okay.
Yeah.
which is percent right now.
We break the record, like this month is like the highest inflation rate for consumer products. The month of October, for a single month, it's the worst month ever.
Yeah, good.
For example, we put $300 into our Roth IRA today. After 40 years, at a return rate of 12%, which is an average, compounded quarterly, we will have $33,000 just from $300. Just imagine how much more you will have if you make additional contributions. If your starting amount is bigger, all those things. If the market is really booming and your return of rate now not 12, but like, I don't know, 16%.
How do you invest in this?
Right now, like the first stock that I bought is VOO,
The
right?
calculation, I think, is set to 16% quarterly, not annually. So you're,
Oh, yes,
Just raise it over.
I know, but when you see compound,
true. Yeah, still a good sum. Look at that. But not contributing anymore. I think it's a magic we should take advantage of. So yeah, now let's play Kahoot. Probably there will be some questions that I haven't addressed. We'll just do so as we go.
Another thing about